Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming today. It's lovely to have you here on this warm summer spring day. My spring break started today. Happy spring. First piece to be played for you is a piece called Undertow. And speaking of spring, it kind of makes me think of the beach and being out on the ocean. Undertow is exactly what it seems. Just kind of pulls and it pulls you with the current, and it's very hard to fight that current once you get going. It's a piece by a young composer. His name is John Mackey. We kind of, during rehearsal, we sort of compared it to a Michael Bay movie. If you are at all familiar with Leo's discourse, lots of explosions sometimes. We're going to change gears significantly at this point, and we're going to move from sort of bombastic and raucous to sweet and kind, and a song that, if you were from Australia, would be very familiar to you, as it's a major folk song there. The piece is titled An Australian Upcountry Tune by native Percy Granger. Ramos has already done this, but I'd like to take just a moment and thank all of the directors of all of the students here on stage. And students, if you would take just a moment and join me in thanking the directors, without whom none of this could happen. So one quick round of applause for Mr. Ramos is right. We had a little bit of an issue with weather. There have been 1 or 2 flakes of snow in the last few days. I don't know if you've noticed. Some of these jokes are just for me. It's really okay. We lost Thursday night. We didn't get to rehearse at all. We lost 2 hours on Friday morning. These young people, musicians and students, have been absolutely wonderful throughout this process. Quite frankly, it was just after lunch on Friday when I said, I don't think we're going to get to the John Barnes chants. It's a piece called Variations on a Korean Folk Song, and it's one of the harder works in our program. It's also one of the most well-known and well-respected works in our program, and I just didn't think we had time to get to it. And a lot of the directors, they said, well, you should try it. We practiced pretty hard. And we did try it. And you know, by George, these young people played it amazingly well. We worked on it about half an hour yesterday, and we worked on it about half an hour today. And I want you to know that going into it. Not to make any excuses, because we don't have anything to make excuses for. I think you're going to enjoy Variations on a Korean Folk Song by John Barnes. trying to see a variety of pieces, music of younger composers. The first piece that you heard, Undertow, kind of wild, sort of angry music. We've done some sweet music. We've done some folk songs from various cultures. The next piece that we'd like to do for you is one that is different. You're going to like it. It's not one of those different pieces that you're going to hate. It's one that you're going to like. It's by a young composer. He's a year younger than me, so therefore he's a young composer. His name is Stephen Bryant. He writes a lot of really interesting music. This piece is titled Machine Awakes. And you're going to hear a machine awaking. We've added a member to our band known as My Tablet. And there are some electronics that you're going to hear along with the piece. We're going to kind of expand the sounds of what happens in the musical part of the performance. I think that you're going to enjoy The Machine Awakes. Before we do that, though, we have one more group of folks to thank. Mr. Dramas has done this, but now it's our turn to do it on an even bigger scale. We thank our music educators, for without whom this whole thing would not be possible. But there's another group of people that without whom it really wouldn't be possible. And I think those people are called parents, and we should probably thank them. So how about a round of applause for our parents? We understand the late-night taxi service is sometimes trying. We appreciate all that you do and that you give up to make it possible for your sons and daughters to make beautiful things. Thank you, and here's Stephen Bryant.
Before we perform our last number, every year the directors throughout the county collect scholarship applications from students who are going to be pursuing a major in music. A student in the band who's going to be a senior who's going to be going on to major in music. And then we collect the applications, we go through a selection process. And as the course director this year, I have the honor and privilege of presenting this year's 2015 Schuylkill County Band Scholarship to Mr. Jacob Shaner.
Appreciate them. We've had a wonderful time together. One of the pieces that we've spent a little bit of time on is a march. And I know sometimes, we don't spend very much time on marches. This is a march by Henry Fillmore. He is perhaps the second best known march composer next to John Philip Sousa. Henry Fillmore was a larger-than-life character, never played his marches the same way twice. He loved to mess with them, and we've certainly messed with this one. We're going to close with a march originally to honor the mayor of Cincinnati called His Honor. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure being with you today. We'll finish with His Honor by Henry Fillmore. We're just working out our script.
Just a last thank you for sharing your students with us today. I'm going to be holding them on stage, giving them a few directions, just as what they do. Thank you for doing that. Very safe.
I need to get my jacket, and that's the bedroom. Sorry.